Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Just Another Tuner. Today I'm going to be going over 4 things that you definitely need to watch out for when you go to buy or piece together a turbo kit for your Mazda. It's stuff that I wish that I had done and knew beforehand, so I wouldn't have wasted so much time in the long run, even after I did a lot of research. But anyway, these are the 4 things that I think that you should not skimp out on, and definitely do your research before you jump in. Stay tuned. Okay, so the number one thing that I wish that I knew and before I just started piecing my turbo kit together is not to buy these cheapy oil lines from eBay. I've had nothing but issues out of these lines ever since I got them, and and for those of you that have been following my channel for the last couple of months know that I've been having issues with these lines. As you can see, there's actually a puddle of oil on the ground currently right now from one of the lines of these turbo lines. So even though you don't think it's a big deal, and you think it's something that, you know, it's just an oil line. No, it's a big deal. Apparently, it's a huge deal. So, I have tried everything to keep these things from leaking. Actually, the problem I'm having right now is actually with the downpipe, or the return line. It actually broke. So, as you can see right there, this is supposed to be connected to that. So, don't go cheap on your oil lines, and try to find, I would recommend a local shop, which is what I'm getting ready to do hopefully soon, and have your oil lines made, because yeah, the oil lines from eBay, I've had bad luck with them. So you can try it if you want, but I do not recommend it. So the number 2 thing that I wish I knew before while I was piecing together my turbo kit is about the downpipe. So I was very limited. I had a hard time finding a downpipe for this car. So I ended up buying one, thinking that, hey, it says it's for a Mazda, it says it's for a T25, 28 turbo, perfect. I get it. The headstock is completely wrong. It doesn't line up with this turbo at all. I was like, well, okay. So I ended up finding another headstock, got it in, it didn't line up. So I finally found one that kind of fits, which, as you can see, right now I got it rigged with a razor blade right here because there's a nice little crack, probably about yay big or so. I mean, it works. Don't know if I'm actually going to leave it like that, but and also it didn't line up with the exhaust at all, so you can't really tell, but we do have it's clamped right now together. I had to cut it and extend it, and I can't really get the camera in there for you to see it, but I had to extend it about a couple inches for it to get in the right spot where it needed to under the car, and then also put another clamp and another extension to where it would meet up with the exhaust. So that was just a big pain in the butt, but I did do research on that, and that is a common thing, especially if you're piecing together a kit, is that it's possible that your downpipe may not line up, so you may have to custom build one or customize the one that you get. So the third thing that I wish I knew when I was piecing together my kit is the bolts, or the hardware that hold everything together. So a lot of people, I'll probably get flack for this because I'm going to admit it, because I'm new to this. So just like you might be new, that's why you're here. Well, at least I'm guessing that's why you're here, unless you just like my goofiness. And yeah, but anyway, the bolts that I used are from Lowe's, and they fit and they work, but they also aren't the greatest. So as you can see, I'm actually, looks like I'm missing one right here, but it's not missing, it's actually broken. So it actually broke inside there. I just haven't gotten my stuff out to take it out yet, but for the most part it holds everything in together and everything, but over time they do come loose. So it's not the right bolts that you're supposed to use apparently for a turbo application, especially if you don't want the bolts to stay on the car, which is, you know, ideal. So these little guys right here, whoop, there we go. Kind of important, so I would do your research on that and try to avoid, unless you're just in a tight bind like I was, and going to Lowe's and or Home Depot or your home hardware store and getting the bolts there. So, and the fourth thing that I wish I knew before while I was piecing together my turbo kit is the gaskets. So apparently it matters what kind of gasket you get, and I've used these Cometic gaskets before on other things, but apparently for the turbo manifold and anything around the turbo, I would not recommend getting the Cometic gasket. I would go with the metal gasket. And if you watched my other video, the video prior to this, which I'll have a link in the description below, of the metal gasket or the gasket install, we actually, that's the gasket that goes between the manifold here and the turbo. So this one, it was my original one, and the new one that we put in was a metal one. So far it seems to be working a lot better. But I encourage you to watch that video if you haven't already to see the install of that. There you have it, guys. Those are my 4 recommendations of checking in before you just jump right into turboing the car and tearing it apart. Make sure that you've done your research on everything and what you want to buy and what you want to get, what's going to work together, what's not. I thought I did pretty good, but those are the 4 things that I obviously didn't research hard enough or just didn't find the right source or what have you that I would recommend for you to do before you just jump into this. So guys, again, if you liked the video, please give it a like, and if you haven't subscribed, go hit that subscribe button, and because there's going to be more videos just like this on this particular car right now, and then coming out into the near future. So guys, if you have any questions or anything like that about turbo on your Mazda 3, I know a lot of you have already been shooting those questions. Go ahead and leave them in the comments below, and I will answer them as quickly as I can. Guys, thank you all, and hope you all have a very happy New Year.